Um, good morning, everyone. We will start the session soon. Just please give us 2 or 3 minutes to set up everything because we just finished not long ago the earlier session. So just give us 2 minutes, please. Thank you for your patience. Okay, we'll start now. First of all, a very warm welcome and to everyone who's here today. Thank you for taking your time to be with us. We would also like to extend our welcome to those who are watching us from Facebook and YouTube as well. Very warm welcome and thank you so much for your time. So today's session is about knowing ourselves, that is, knowing our inner being. All right, so this word inner being could be a bit vague to some of us. So we'll just go through this step by step. What do we mean by our inner being? And how do we know this inner being? How do we get to know it? Okay. Before that, just a gentle reminder, if you have any questions along the way, please feel free to post your questions on the chat window. It will be sent that privately to the host, and we will take all the questions, as many as possible, at the end of the session. Okay, we are doing it at the end of the session because along the way, some of the questions that you might have could have been answered. So that's why we're keeping all the questions towards the end. Okay, so please sit comfortably on a chair with your feet on the ground, or you can also sit on the ground. Please make sure your volume is all fine. You can hear me well, right? So without further ado, we'll go into our session today. Okay, so first and foremost, we are going to pay our respects to Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi because she is the founder of Sahaja Yoga Meditation, right? Sri Mataji founded Sahaja Yoga Meditation in 1970, and she found this very simple and effective method that anyone, literally anyone, a child, an old aged person, um, a person who has medical problems, any race, any religion, anyone basically can meditate. And it's not just meditation. She emphasized on this step called self realization, which is actually the first step before we start meditating. Okay? And this word self realization, let me explain a bit further what it means. Self realization is the awakening of our own inner energy. So, our own inner energy, we have a Sanskrit word for it, which might be very familiar. Everyone would have heard it. The word is Kundalini. Right? So, throughout this session, we'll be doing a few things. In the first half of the session, we'll be learning about what Sahaja Yoga meditation is and why it is different from any other meditations. And we'll also learn about our inner being. How do we know our inner being? And then towards the second half of the session, we'll have a more interactive session where we'll be joined by one of our facilitators. She'll be moderating the session. Okay, so this is slightly different. The second half is slightly different from what you would have experienced in yesterday's session, the Know Yourself session. All right, so I've introduced Sri Mataji, and she's the founder of Sahaja Yoga Meditation. Okay, so next we will take a look into what Sahaja Yoga meditation actually is. Right? We might have heard of many meditations. There's so many out there. What makes Sahaja Yoga meditation different and effective? Right? There are two things. The first is Sahaja Yoga meditation always starts with self-realization. So why is this different? In many other meditations, self-realization is the ultimate goal. That is, we try to reach that at the end. But in Sahaja Yoga meditation, it is the first step. All right? The reason it is the first step is, this is Sri Mataji's quote herself. She said, you cannot know the meaning of your life until you're connected to the power that created you. So this connection to our inner power, is the awakening of the inner power, self-realization. Okay, so this is why Sahaja Yoga meditation is different. That's the first one. And then the second part is Sahaja Yoga meditation, the process that goes through during this meditation is called thoughtless awareness. And it's not actually a process, it's a state that we try to achieve, thoughtless awareness. All right, so let me explain further a bit on what thoughtless awareness is. So the word thoughtless, that is quite simple to understand, no thoughts, and awareness. Okay, so this is where usually these two are contradicting, right? When you're in an aware state, in an awake state, you're awake, there are always thoughts, right? We are either talking to somebody else or we are talking to ourselves. The brain is always constantly working. And then when we are thoughtless, that is almost always when we are sleeping. That's the only time we are probably thoughtless, right? So these two usually don't happen together. So this is the state that we achieve through Sahaja Yoga meditation. And many of you right now might be thinking, if it's so different, if it's so contradicting, how can it be an easy and simple and effective method, right? So if you can just quickly recall before you slept last night, right? At night, before you really got into your sleep, if you really pay attention, there would have been a few moments of thoughtlessness that you would have been aware of. You're aware that you're being thoughtless, but then it's very swift because straight away you're going to sleep, right? So actually, we have all been doing this, but at a very, very short span of time, right? So in Sahaja Yoga meditation, because of self-realization, the awakening of the inner energy, this inner energy, or we also call it Kundalini or motherly energy, when this Kundalini rises up in our body, in our subtle system, which I will show you later, this Kundalini helps us achieve the state of thoughtless awareness, right? So this is why these two steps are why Sahaja meditation is standing out. It's a standout meditation. No other meditation will give you this two, self-realization and thoughtless awareness, right? Okay, so as I mentioned, the word Kundalini and the subtle system. So let's take a look at what the subtle system is. Okay, so you can see in front of you a chart now, and it's the human body. And if you can see, there are a lot of colorful sort of flowers inside, and then there's one big flower on top of the head. So these are all called energy centers, and in Sanskrit, it's called chakra. Again, would have been a very common word, right? Okay, so we have 7 chakras within us. The first one starts at the very bottom of the spine, and then we have the second, and all the way up. The seventh is on top of our head. Right? So besides these 7 chakras, we also have the Kundalini energy, which is the motherly energy. Right? Okay, so what happens during self-realization is this Kundalini energy will awaken and it will slowly rise up, energizing each and every chakra until it reaches the top of the head to the 7th chakra. Right? And besides the chakras and Kundalini, you can also see there are 3 tubes there, 3 tubes. Those are called energy channels, or the Sanskrit word is nadi. And if you can see, there's the left, the right, and the center nadi. Now, the left nadi represents our past. Any thoughts that we might have of the past, any regrets, any emotional attachment, these are all associated with our left channel. And the right channel is the direct opposite, associated with our future. Any worries about the future, any overactivity, hyperactivity, overthinking of the future. This is all from the right side. Now, through meditation, what we are trying to achieve is this central state. Okay, trying to achieve this central state, which is being in the present moment. So why be in the present moment? Because when you're in the present, if you realize right now you're listening to me, at this very second, this moment, you're actually not thinking. You're just there at the moment. There's no thoughts of the past, there's no thoughts of the future. So this is the state that we achieve through Sahaja Yoga meditation and through the process of self-realization. Okay, and as you can see, each chakra on the rightmost of the chart, there are some qualities associated with the chakras. Each chakra has a quality there, and what happens is if the chakra is working properly, is nourished by the Kundalini, then these qualities that you can see on the screen starts appearing within us. You can see it for yourself. Okay, so from the first chakra, I'll just quickly read. The first chakra, the qualities are wisdom and innocence. Second is creativity and attention. Third, contentment, peace, and prosperity. And then you can see the 3A there, which is actually a big green circle. That is not a chakra. That is called the void. Okay. It controls, or it gives us the quality of innate righteousness, or the principle of mastery over our own self. Okay, and the fourth chakra, compassion, courage. Fifth, diplomacy, collectivity, and also the way we communicate with people. Sixth is forgiveness, not just forgiving anyone, but also ourselves. Okay, and the seventh is the integration of all the different qualities. Besides qualities, the energy centers or the chakras also governs or protects the organs surrounding it. So, for example, the heart chakra protects or gives energy to the heart and the lungs. Okay, so this is what the chakras and the channels do, right? So before we go into this process of self-realization, of awakening the Kundalini energy, up next, I'm going to play a video of Srimataji speaking about Kundalini. So we'll all have a look at the video together.
First of all, I think this is the most important thing to understand about your own Kundalini, as self-realization is self-knowledge. And the one who gives you self-knowledge is this your own Kundalini. Because when she rises, she points it out what are the problems on your chakras. Now, we say that it is pure desire. But we do not know what purity means. It means your chaste desire.
Okay, so what Srimataji has explained is achieving or awakening the Kundalini energy requires a pure desire or a chaste desire. So, a pure desire means you really have to ask for it for yourself, because you cannot do this using your mind. You can't. You really have to want it. That's the only way you can receive, right? So, in the next process, we are going to do the self realization. Okay, it's a 9-step process. We'll walk you through it. And after this process, we will do a short meditation. Okay. All right. So as you can see on the screen, this is the self-realization process. There are 9 steps. Before we actually start doing it, let me go through the different positionings where you'll have to place your right hand. So for this, first of all, please be seated on a chair with your feet flat on the ground. And if you're sitting on the ground, then it's fine. Sitting on the ground. Left hand, open up, palm open, place it on your lap. And your right hand is the hand that we're going to use to place at the different parts of our body. Right? So while we are doing this, we will say certain positive affirmations that will help the Kundalini energy rise within us. Okay, but first I'll show you the positions. So number 1, left hand on the lap. Right hand, please place it on your heart on the left hand side. Okay, we're only going to place our hand on the left hand side. So left heart, and then move your hand down to your upper abdomen, which is just where your rib cage is on the left. Okay, third step, the lower abdomen, as you can see on the picture, number 3, that's where the leg joins the body, that part. Number 4, back to the upper abdomen. Number 5, back to the heart. 6 is on the left hand side on your neck, the joint between the neck and the shoulder. So that part, and you can move your head towards the right so that it's comfortable. Number 7, on your forehead, and you can please bow down your head a bit So apply a bit of pressure at these ends here. Just press a bit. Number 8, take your right hand at the back of your head, like this, at the back, and you can tilt your head upwards. And the final one, please stretch out your palm, right hand, stretch it out, place it on top of your head, and press it down slightly so that you're able to move your scalp. Not your hair, not your head, but the skin, the scalp. Okay, and we're going to move our scalp clockwise. So that is front, right, back, and left. So like this. Okay, and we are going to move our scalp 7 times. Each time we will say the affirmation. So now if everyone is ready, you can remove your spectacles so that there's no pressure anywhere. And you can please close your eyes. I will walk you through the self-realization process. Okay, so relax, take in a deep breath, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now please place your left hand on the lap, open, right hand on the heart. Please close your eyes and you can say this in your heart. Mother, am I the pure spirit? Mother, am I the pure spirit? Please ask this question 3 times. Now please move your hand to the upper abdomen and your rib cage. And here we ask the question, Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? Now please move your hand down to the lower abdomen. And here, with a pure desire, we ask for the pure knowledge. So here, please say 6 times, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. That is the knowledge of our inner being. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Now please move your hand back up to the upper abdomen. And here we're going to answer our question just now. So please say 10 times, Mother, I am my own master. Mother, I am my own master. Please move your hand up to your heart And here 12 times, please say, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Now please put your hand on the left neck and move your head towards the right. And here 16 times we are going to say, Mother, I am not guilty. Please let go of any guilt that you might have. Don't think about it, just let it go. Mother, I am not guilty. Mother, I am not guilty. Mother, I am not guilty. Now please place your hand on your forehead, bow down the head a bit, and here we say, Mother, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Mother, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Please say this sincerely. Don't think about who you want to forgive, but in general, as many times as you want, you can say this. Mother, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. Now please place your hand on the back of your head and tilt your head upwards, eyes still closed. And here we seek forgiveness from the divine energy. So we say, Mother, please forgive me if I have done any mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly. Mother, please forgive me if I have done any mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly. Now please place your right hand, stretch it out, palm on top of the head. We are going to rotate the skull clockwise 7 times. So each time, please say, Mother, please give me my self-realization. 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 Now, you can slowly open your eyes and take your right hand, place it a little above the head, like this, and see if you can feel any warm or cool air coming from the top of your head. Okay. And switch your hand. Try it with the left hand. Okay. Now we can bring both hands up like this and just feel if one hand feels heavier than the other or warmer. Sometimes you can feel some poking, prickling sensation on the hand, or only certain fingers feel extremely cold or extremely warm. See if you can feel that. Okay. Now you can place your hands on your lap and just keep in mind what you felt, and if you have any questions, you can ask later at the end of the session. So now we're going to do a short meditation, right? So please keep your eyes closed, both your palms open on your lap. Close your eyes and remain in thoughtless awareness. If you are feeling any thoughts coming in, then you can say this in your heart: I forgive this thought. I forgive this thought. I'll be playing a short music, so please enjoy the silence within. Okay, you can slowly open your eyes. So that is exactly how simple and effective Sahaja Yoga meditation is, right? So with this self-realization process that we just did, the Kundalini energy is slowly awakened, and because it's starting to go through all the chakras, you will start feeling the actual silence and the thoughtless awareness within, right? So to practice meditation by yourself at home, this is all that you need to do. Just take 5 to 10 minutes at any time of the day that you are comfortable doing it, morning, evening, before you go to bed. Just take 5 to 10 minutes, sit in silence, and slowly just let go of the thoughts. As you keep doing it, you will find that the thoughtless awareness state is achievable, right? So this is the end of the self-realization process. And now I'm going to call a fellow Sahaja Yoga meditation practitioner. You would have seen her yesterday. This is Durga, and she will join us to be moderating the next session.
So, hello everyone. For those of you who would have attended yesterday's session, I think you would have seen me. So, thank you, Nivashni, for allowing me to crash your session today. What I'm going to do is very simple. I'm sure you guys have some questions. Like, we have been going through a lot of theory things, like how meditation can help you, how we awaken the Kundalini, and so on. But I'm sure you're thinking, how practical is this? Right? How applicable is it to my life? Has it really happened? Those kind of things. So anyone had that question in mind? Just those who have video on can just show up your hand. You want to know more practical stuff of how we actually deal, like use meditation to actually do this, practically apply it to our lives, right? So it's going to be a very like interview session maybe. So we have our celebrity here, Nivashni, and we can treat it like an Ellen or an Oprah show, but I'm no Ellen or Oprah lah, but treat it that way. Let's think that way for today. And so let's start with the questions. So maybe Nivashni, you have introduced yourself. So maybe which line of career are you in?
I'm actually teaching mathematics. I'm a lecturer in a private university.
Okay, mathematics, guys, mathematics. So, did you actually know that you wanted to do mathematics? Was it an easy decision for you? How did you actually make a decision? Because why I'm asking this question is because it's a very specific line. For instance, many people would have taken like a general course in the beginning, then later figure out what they're going to do and then decide. And some of us would have actually decided something and doing the work now and not even liking it now, right? Like, why did I ever do this, right? Kind of thing. So, was it an easy decision? Do you think it's the right decision that you made? And was it an easy decision? And how meditation kind of helped you to do that?
Okay. So first of all, when you asked me was it an easy decision, I can't even recall how I made the decision because it was so involuntary. I just knew it. Like I don't remember putting in any thoughts, right? So yeah, I just knew that first of all, since I was in primary school, I just loved maths. It was the only subject that I could actually do compared to any of the subjects. And I think it's the part of solving problems. If you can relate it to real life, that's how challenging it is. You have so many problems, and all the time you're trying to solve that. So mathematics sort of gave me that, right? I loved to solve the problems. And as I said, it was a very easy decision. So now, when I think about how I made it, it was very involuntary. And how meditation helped. Okay, so this part, it has made me aware of what I can do, right? If you are an expert in history or geography, I am not. So if I would have taken that field, I would have miserably failed. So meditation gave me the awareness of what is the right choice for me. My right choice could be a wrong choice for anyone else, and vice versa, right? So meditation gave me the awareness and the ability to decide that, okay, so this is what I want. Even though, especially when you're trying to further your studies, when you're going into university and all, people, there's so many suggestions.
Yep.
They'll be like, no, no, this is not a good field. You're not going to have a future there. This is not a good field. You're not going to get enough salary there. And I've I've always, when I think about it, I've always been a person who I will take the suggestions, but I'm, especially when in my studies and in my career, I've always had a clear path that this is what I want to do. If you can recall, when I was looking for jobs, right, and I was very confident. I was very sure that I only wanted to do teaching because I wanted a 9 to 5 job, and it has to be teaching because it was my passion to teach. And everyone suggested that maybe you can start off with something else and then you slowly get into teaching. But I was very sure, and that's how I chose my course in university as well, because there were so many other courses and I chose pure maths. There were some parts of regrets because the subject is tough, right? Subject is
So
tough.
when the exam comes, everyone regrets.
Everyone regrets. That's normal. But it's and up to date, it's never a decision that I regretted, no matter how challenging it was, because I loved doing it. So meditation gave me the awareness to make the correct choice for me.
Right. Okay. So, okay, that actually brings me to the next question of how do you handle influences, right? Because, like you said, many people had come and spoken to you even while making a decision of doing maths, right? They would have said, "Why maths? Okay, you're good at maths, or maybe why not become a doctor? Why not become an engineer?" Right? All this also needs
The
maths.
common two
Yeah,
choices.
the common two choices,
Yeah.
especially being Indians. These are the common two choices that we always get. So, why not do this? And obviously, there'll be a lot of people, coming and telling you this. It's not wrong. They're just suggesting something good.
Yeah.
They see something good in it. They see potential in you, maybe. So they're saying it. But how do you actually bring yourself out of it, not get influenced by it, and make your decision? Or even influences that you face on a daily basis, because there are a lot of influence to do not the right things as well. Every day we face a lot of things, we face a lot of people, and some people influence us in not so right way. So how do you actually come out of it, or you know mm, help yourself with that?
Right. So we are all normal humans, right? We do get pulled towards influences, whether they are positive or negative. There's some kind of pull. But what, again, it's the same thing, the awareness. Even when you're getting pulled towards the negative influence, immediately your kundalini energy tells you that this is not right. What are you doing? Okay. And I think that's mostly how I deal with it. Is meditation gives you a strong intuition, builds a very strong intuition within us. And this intuition is our very own intuition, right? It's actually, if you can relate it, it's actually our kundalini energy, our own motherly energy guiding us. So meditation has given me a very strong sense of intuition. Again, what is right for others could be wrong for me, or the other way around. So yeah, it was always the intuition, and not just negative influences, also positive influences, how we deal with it. um, Even when you watch movies, right, and you have your favorite hero, your favorite actor, your actress, and we always get influenced by them. But how do you pick the positive influence and you absorb it? Okay, I'm just giving you an example, right? If you're watching Indian movies, then the actor is always with a cigarette and macho, and then there's always like a gang fight going on. So do you absorb that part of the influence, or do you absorb, because if it's a hero, there's always a positive quality, right? Or do you absorb that part? So it's the ability to look and watch the negative influence from away,
A third person point
from a
of view.
third person point of view. And for the positive influence, always trying to absorb something. Perhaps I can give you a few examples. Um, the very recent one, right? A positive thing that I saw in someone, um, our technical team for this International Yoga Day program. I want to specifically mention Loshni and Shardin. Right, one thing that I learned from them, that despite so many technical issues and so much of workload that went into this, I never saw a complaint, and I never saw them being arrogant or angry towards anything.
Washing their hands off, right?
Yeah,
You know,
and
we could be pain lah. We did give them a lot of trouble,
yeah,
but they never washed, like, shooed us away.
yeah, and the humility in which they dealt with the situations, for me, that was, I realized that I was like, I should learn this, right? And not just within the Saj Yoga group, and everyone else, anywhere that your colleagues, your friends. Again, another example. I have a friend who recently, we were discussing this among our group of friends, and he suggested that why not we start this fundraising kind of thing to do social work. Okay, so every month, let's put in any amount of money, any amount that you can afford for the month. We put it in, we collect it in an account, and whenever somebody really needs help, we will personally go and meet the person and we will help out. And from there, I learned that we are just going through our life, we're working, we're so concentrated on our work and other things that ourselves, right? And sometimes we fail to see the bigger picture. And he taught me the the quality of generosity and social responsibility. And like this, many other people have taught me many other qualities. And I think anyone who knows me personally would know Durga, because she's probably the biggest positive influence in my life. And and whenever people, like when I went for interviews, always this common question, who's your role model? And I always used to mention her, always. And
I don't know why she
emotional
does that.
already. Yeah, always used to mention her until when we were having this sort of discussion among our youngsters, and she mentioned that when we asked the question, who's your role model? Can't remember if you can recall. And you mentioned that I don't have a role model, but I always try to pick whatever's positive from everyone. And from that moment, I started picking that up. So that's why I can, I started realizing, okay, this positive quality I can absorb. This positive quality I can absorb. So yeah, this is how I've been handling influences, and of course, meditation is a major part in it because I've been doing it since I was a kid, and it has shaped who I am today.
So maybe I could add on something to that. As we meditate, we become a more discreet person, in the sense that we are able to differentiate between right and wrong. So sometimes it's not a very simple decision to make right or wrong decision. Like a friend, now you are going to have an exam, just say, because I'm relating it to a student kind of thing. So if I'm going to have an exam today, and my other friends, they're not from the same university, so they are not going to have that exam, so they are going to go out, and they're just calling me, hey, why not you join us, it's like after this will be very difficult and so on. But I know I have an exam tomorrow and I have to study, and the pull to go there, it's really strong, because friends, you want to have a nice time, and exam, definitely it's an escaping mood. You go into an escaping mood as well. You don't want the stress that time. But the right thing to do would be to just stay calm, finish what you have to finish, and then go for your enjoyment, right? So it's actually not a very clear decision that you can make, because you are the influence is very strong, the pull is very strong. But as you meditate, we become a more discreet person. You're able to differentiate. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to do this kind of things. So I think that has also helped us to manage our things, to make decisions in life, to also associate ourselves with the right people. Because what we go through just now, the subtle system is actually connected. Your system within you, it's connected to your hands. So as you meditate, eventually these chakras are reflected on your hands. So just say the Vishuddhi chakra, right? It's reflected on this finger. So if I suddenly have a pricking, I'm talking to someone and I'm having a prickly feeling here, I know that this person might not be telling the right thing to me. Maybe he's lying to me, right? So this is the inner self, your kundalini, trying to tell you what is right, what is wrong, right? So that is how meditation, especially Sahaja Yoga meditation, helps you. Okay, so maybe a last few questions to Nivashni. Do you feel left out among your friends or colleagues or peers? Leave out those of your friends that you know within Sahaja Yoga, outside, people who are not practicing Sahaja Yoga. Do you feel left out when you're among them because you're meditating?
Okay. So, first thing, whenever I first make new friends, they always have this like, oh my God, she's meditating. She must be a goody goody. And then, very quiet and all that. And then once they start,
Very strict,
very strict,
rigid.
very, oh my God, so rude, so arrogant. Face is always like that. But once, I'm not saying this myself, this is this feedback from my friends, right? Once we start mingling and we get to know them, I can't stop talking. So, no, I don't feel left out at all because meditation is not an activity that you do, it becomes a part of your life, right? It becomes a part of your life. So, you are actually a very normal person like anyone else, but you have this amazing tool that you can use to always self correct. At the end of the day, to always self correct, to always think, how can I be better today? How can I be better today? At every point of time. So, no, I don't feel left out in within my friends outside of Sat Yoga. Okay.
So, why Sahaja Yoga? Because there's lots of meditation out there that you can practice, but why did you choose Sahaja Yoga meditation? I know that you have been practicing it since young. Your parents brought you into Sahaja Yoga, but you always had a choice to leave, to do something else. But why did you stay on?
It's the simplest and easiest way I know to distress. And there are no tools needed, right? Right now, if you're leaving your house, if there's one thing that you can take with you, what would that be? What would that be?
Myself.
Yourself. Okay. Okay. If you just think about that question, I think most of us will quickly think, of course, my handphone, right? And you don't even need that. That that essential part that we think that we really need, that handphone, even that you don't need. You will only need yourself. That's why Sahaja Yoga meditation is, I've always stuck on to it, and it's always going to be for life for me, right? Because it's the easiest and the simplest way I know to distress. I can do it anywhere.
Maybe to give an input from my side on this, because I'm also Sahaja Yoga practitioner. So why I didn't go away? Like I asked her the question, I can ask the same question to myself. Why didn't I do something else? Because only Sahaja Yoga meditation gives you the experience. Whatever other meditations you go to, they can talk about Kundalini awakening, but they are not able to awaken the Kundalini itself. And without awakening the Kundalini, you will not be able to experience the things or the inner being, your inner self, the inner energy. And this is the energy which is going to help you throughout, right? So, Sahaja Yoga, I can experience, I can feel the vibrations or the cool energy on top of my head, on my hands. And whatever is wrong with me, my hands talk to me. When I meditate, I can just feel it on my hand. and I can correct myself, not just health wise, but also on what are the like positive qualities about myself. If just say one day I've spoken very rudely to someone, this particular finger, the Vishuddhi chakra, it'll start to feel a little not well. I'll start to feel like a prickling feeling, and then I would introspect and think, why is this happening? Why am I feeling such a thing on my finger? Then when I think back, it's like, oh, I actually spoke quite rudely to this person, and that is why this is coming within me. So it's a process where you can always correct yourself. You feel it, you introspect, and you correct, and you move forward. So that's why Sajoga meditation, it's an experience. uh, and that is why I've never thought of leaving and trying another meditation as well.
There was no need for it.
There was no need for it, exactly. So wait, okay, I got another question. Okay. I asked you why not other meditation. Now I'm asking you why not other methods of relaxation? Like you said, distress. Of course, I said about the experience, but for distressing, there are other methods of relaxation as well, like listening to music and other stuff. Why do you rather meditate than go and do something else?
Because it gives a permanent effect, I would say. And okay, for example, right, you are feeling stressed and you listen to music, some soothing music to calm you down. Okay, so you're calm, all right, okay. Then again, a stressful situation comes up. Okay, then we start feeling stressed again. But meditation, between two stressful situations, you do a meditation, right? This meditation will help you handle the second stressful situation much, much better, in a much more calmer way. So I would say meditation gives a very permanent effect as compared to any other relaxation methods. And also, in the previous answer, there are no tools needed. For anything else, you will need some sort of tool.
Okay. So I think I've asked her the few questions that I had, and if you guys have any questions, you can put it in the chat, or you can actually unmute yourself and ask her. So I'm done for the session. I just wanted to be this moderator who comes, shows my face, and then goes away. So Nivashni will just take you through the last few slides, and then should be done. Right? Thank you. I hope this session was actually beneficial to you all to understand a bit more on how meditation can help in your practical life, right? Bye-bye.
All right, so before we take any questions, let me just go through the next sessions that we have. I'll just share the slide with you. Give me a moment. Okay. So this is our upcoming session at 6 o'clock today, where we are going to do sharing of a detox method. Uh, I think from the picture you would have seen this in many other places. That's a basin of water and some salt in it, and the person is resting his feet inside. So this method is called foot soaking, and you would have seen this at many places. So why is this detox in Sahaja Yoga different? Because you are not using the external elements of water and salt only. You are using it to cleanse your inner self, the subtle system, the chakras within. So, with the tool of meditation, this detox has an amazing effect, right? So, we'll be sharing more on this on the session at 6 o'clock. Okay, so this is our advanced session. If you have joined any of our sessions from yesterday or today, you can go straight to this detox session, right? And also, This is a slide showing our contact details. So there are two headphone numbers there. You can just take a snapshot of this slide, take down the numbers, and you can also, if you would like, please visit or drop us a comment on your experience. Just share a few words on how you felt throughout these sessions. We have our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube channel, and also our official website. And we actually have Sahaja Yoga centers throughout the country and throughout the world, but because of the RCMO and some regulations and all that, we are doing online classes, right? So right now you can take down the numbers and join our follow-up online classes. And all our classes are always free because this is something that's within us. We can't really give a, a value, like it's invaluable, it's within us. So all our classes are always free, no charge. Okay, and this is the upcoming programs. Other than the detox session, we have a why meditate session. Why do we even do meditation, right? And that session is at 4 o'clock. The detox is at 6 o'clock, and we have our final session at 8 p.m., which is meditation and music, connecting to meditation through music, feeling our energy within, right? So these are our upcoming programs. All this is also available in our Facebook page, so you can go there and have a look as well. So now we will take any questions that you have.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. There's a question. People say that Kundalini awakening will make me mad. Is this safe?
Okay. It's safe if you're using the correct method. You would have seen some funny videos online where people start jumping, right? So that is because it's not the correct method. I can, if you're a person who likes to cook, right? And I'm a person who I'm not really good at cooking yet. Haven't learned that yet. So the way when I cook something, let's say fried rice, and when you cook something, fried rice, there's going to be an obvious difference because you are using the correct method and I'm not. So the Kundalini awakening is the same thing. Everyone, most of us know the word Kundalini, but we don't know what the Kundalini does. We don't know how to awaken it in the correct method. So with the incorrect method, anything can happen, anything can go wrong, right? So in Sahaja Yoga meditation, we've already shared the self-realization process. That is the proper awakening of the Kundalini energy. If you do it properly, then the Kundalini is our own mother. She can never hurt us. She can only help us and correct us. So I hope that answers the question.
There is one more question. Most of Sahaja Yoga practitioners started from a young age. How long it takes for someone new to achieve?
It's not the amount of years, it's not the amount of time that you've been doing Sahaja Yoga meditation. It's how deep or how you feel about it, how much pure desire, like Sri Mataji said in the video, how much pure desire do you put into it? Do you really want it? Or are you just doing it superficially? Okay, I have to meditate today. I forgot my meditation today, 5 minutes. Okay, I'll just quickly settle it. That's not going to work. It has to be from within. The deeper you go into it, the deeper you become. The number of years that you've been practicing is not a matter at all if you compare it to the depth of the meditation.
Okay, there's one last question. Can Sahaja Yoga help me to levitate and have supernatural power?
No, no. We are human beings, right? And whatever a human being can do, those are the potentials that you will achieve through Sahaja Yoga meditation. You will achieve all the positive qualities, not superhero qualities, right? There's no flying like a Superman. There's no levitation involved. Just as you are a human being, whatever a human being can do, but all the positive things. Those are what get enhanced through Sahaja Yoga meditation. Nothing extraordinary. Yeah, you will achieve your inner capabilities. Nothing outside, like flying. Physically flying, all no, huh?
You can't define gravity.
Yeah, yeah. That is already going against the law of nature. Right? Okay, hope that answers the question.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is it like law of attraction?
Is it like law of attraction? In a way, yes. In a way, no. Law of attraction uses the mind a lot, right? You keep repeating positive things to yourself. You say what you become, what you say, right? If I keep telling myself I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, eventually I'll be able to do it. That is law of attraction. But Sahaja Yoga meditation is different, that you use the thoughtless awareness capability, that experience to correct yourself. Law of attraction uses the mind. You are telling yourself. Sahaja Yoga meditation, you're not telling yourself anything. You're just experiencing the silence and using the silence to correct yourself. That's how different law of attraction is.
Last question.
Yep.
Does this mean one can achieve it when the time is right? Sahaja Yoga or the meditation state.
Okay. I think at this point of time, you're really seeking for help. You really need some help, then this is the correct time for you. You would have achieved the self realization process. For some of us, we just want to try this out. Okay, let's give it a try. So maybe the depth is not much established yet, but through continuous meditation, you'll be able to achieve it. So, does time play a role in a certain way? Yes. If this is the time that you are really seeking for something that you want for yourself, that's something that's good that you want to do, then this is the correct time. Okay, but you can always achieve it through constant meditation. Yeah.
There's one
Okay.
more question
Before
from
that,
Wong Shi Yu.
I'll just like to take
Yeah,
that
just before
question a bit more, right? Is it the right time? It's the right time when you want it. That's all. If you want to do it, you ask for it, it will happen. If you see our self-realization process, it's nothing but asking your inner energy to rise, right? So if I want something to happen, if I want Nivashni to do me a favor now, I have to go to her. Nivashni, can you please get me something to eat now? I'm really hungry. So I have actually demonstrated my need, and I really need a help. I've demonstrated it to her. When she feels it, oh yeah, she's really hungry, she needs help, I will go and get her food. It will happen, she'll go and get me food. The same way, when you want it sincerely and you have asked your inner energy sincerely, your inner energy will definitely feel your need, your sincerity, and it will rise. That's all it is. If you really want it, it will happen. All right? Bye-bye.
Okay, yeah, there was one more question, right?
Yeah, there's one question from Wong Shi Yu. Apart from having feeling on the hands, will we see something or hear something when we are meditating?
Okay, it's actually okay. This feeling. Let's talk about this feeling that we were saying. The common term, again, you would have heard this, is called vibrations. All right, there's a warm or cold energy or breeze that you feel, right? So you can feel it on your hand because each chakra is connected to a specific finger, a specific part of the hand. The same on your feet and on top of your head. The chakras are also placed at different positions on top of our head. So these are the places where you can feel your energy center, right? So if you feel like this, like Durga mentioned just now, this finger is really prickling or it's feeling very warm, it's hurting, then this is connected to our Vishuddhi chakra at our throat here. That means this chakra is being affected. and we will start clearing it. We'll learn how to clear it. We'll learn how to meditate specifically for that chakra to heal it. Okay, and the question, can you repeat the question?
Apart from having feeling on the hands, will we see something or hear something when we are meditating?
Okay, so actually, it's not a very positive thing, a very positive sign to hear or see anything during meditation, because as I mentioned, meditation is being thoughtless and aware. So if you're starting to hear things, you're putting your mind to it. Again, your mind is starting to work. So that is not a very positive thing that happens in meditation. So if you are doing it, if you are feeling these things, try to again say this affirmation within your heart. Just say, I forgive this thought. Just keep saying it, and eventually, these things that you think you are seeing or you think you are hearing, again, it's the mind playing tricks. So if you feel these things happening, just within yourself, you just say, I forgive this thought, and eventually it will all go away. Yeah, while meditation, if you feel that, it's not a very positive thing. So you just keep saying, I forgive this thought. It's probably the mind working, it has started to work again. So just keep saying, I forgive this thought, I forgive this thought, and eventually it'll go off. The thing to remember is to be in thoughtless awareness.
Is it now when we meditate, one of the chakra is more prominent than others? Example, solar plexus is warmer than the heart chakra.
That is very much possible. You feel one chakra is more warm than the other. That is very possible because, okay, I'll just give you an example. Uh, the Nabi chakra, which is the third chakra at the navel, at our stomach there. Okay, let's say that feels warmer than any other chakra, then you're probably feeling discontent about something. You're not satisfied with something that has happened, or you are feeling very impatient at the moment. These are the two qualities that are associated with the Nabi chakra. So, if you feel warm in a certain chakra, it's because of this negative side that takes place, right? You feel discontent, you feel impatient. So, all this, if you're feeling it, it will directly affect your chakras. Again, just like Durga mentioned, example, you have been I've been rude to someone, right? I've been rude to someone, then I immediately feel my Vishuddhi chakra, this finger, warmer than the others, because I've done something that has affected this chakra. So it's a direct effect. So that's normal to feel. Don't worry about it. Don't think that, oh my God, okay, my chakra is gone. What do I do now? Don't worry. Just go back into meditation, be in thoughtless awareness. It will all clear off. The mother Kundalini will help us. She will always be there for us. I think, yeah, we'll have to close this session. We have to prepare for the upcoming session. So thank you very much. You have stayed way over the time that we mentioned. It was supposed to be 11 to 12. So thank you so much for staying back, for asking a lot of questions. And we really look forward to seeing you in our follow-up classes and also the upcoming sessions. Thank you very much for your time, and see you all soon. Bye.